Today we talk NFT, Metaverse, gaming, and all the good stuff that's going on there. And while it's super early, look at this beautiful trailer from Illuvium. One of the most beautiful games, I think. And so there is excitement, and people are entering the world NFT more than they are entering the world Bitcoin right now, even if it's the opposite, right? The solid things. It's only Bitcoin right now, which we know is kind of solid and safe and validated. Everything else is nascent and emergent. But look at this. There is emotion in here when I see this, of course. And think of Illuvium are not even game developer since decades. So they are not even gamers like other traditional gaming teams that have, a ton of experience in building games and scaling games. So this is beta. Everything that we discuss in this video is beta. It's not validated. It's not ready. It's probably not scalable. So it's not financial advice. It's just looking at what's going on, what's the price dynamic, what is sentiment. And if you remember, sentiment is in the 10 metrics that we use. Sentiment is the least important because it's not reliable. Sentiment will tell you some short-term possible price spikes, but it will not tell you if it's around 3 years from now. So all the things that we look at today are just concepts in possibility mode. Okay, it's nothing where you should put money in that you don't want to lose. So not financial advice, but let's look at the markets and of some of these things coming up. This is Illuvium, and Illuvium is one of the things that we're going to discuss. As you can see, it's one game. And also the philosophy of this channel is we never go for one-sided marketplaces. So if something is a game, it's a one-sided marketplace. From a strategy perspective, it's not defendable, it's not exciting. And if you're new to the world of strategy, what is strategic analysis? What are modes? What are two-sided markets, one-sided marketplaces? What is a network effect? Then you should definitely check the book. It's right now on pre-order on Amazon. It's called Strategy Sprint. It's a really good book. 13 chapters that really teach you fundamental strategy and how to run business and how to build your own online business based on strategic insights and strategic analysis, but also executing it the fast way, the modern way in sprints. And having said that, let's look at what's going on. So this is Messari, and we look at the gaming sector. We find here number one, Sandbox. Sandbox has been a lot of it's got a ton of attention right now. There is Snoop Dogg bringing his record label on there. Sandbox is something that has recovered strongly, and is probably one of the most interesting things to watch moving forward. So it's ranking number one. Ranking number two is Axie Infinity, and Axie has its use case. I would not want to hold it. I never did hold it, and I would never want to hold it, and I'll tell you why. So the use case is, and companies building that are seeing a real problem. There are countries where the employment rate is very low. The rate of people online is very high. And how do you combine those two things? Play to earn, of course. So if in a country there's a lot of people who are earning very low but are a ton on their devices, hey, how if we can build something that lets them earn while they are on what they like to do, being on devices. And so these people are building things like Axie Infinity and like Gala, etc., where you get paid for playing. But I would not say that it's an interesting thing to hold in your portfolio. And I would not say that it is something that is a long-term use case. So it makes sense for this company to try it, and it's a big market. But from terms of tokenomics and of being an asset that you want to hold long-term in your portfolio, I wouldn't, because it's just one game. So again, it's a one-sided market instead of a multi-sided market. And in the book, you can read up why that destroys network effects, lowers your Metcalfe flow number, etc. So you don't want to have that. It's easily attackable. It's easily replaceable by the next S-curve coming. Number 3 is very different. Engine. This is, of all these coins, is the only one that we are holding right now. And in our portfolio. An Engine is really interesting because it's a picks and shovel. You know, when during the gold rush, you could either try and find gold, or you could say, okay, everybody will need a shovel and will need a pick. So let's sell them picks and shovels. If we look at the gaming metaverse right now on NFTs, what are picks and shovels? This is a very important question to ask yourself. This is a question that I'm asking myself every day. What are the picks and shovels right now? And Engine is one of those things that might be it. So I'm holding it. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. Look into Engine. We did the full fundamental analysis on Engine, so you can watch it even on this channel. And then we have Illuvium, which you just saw. It's beautiful. It's nice. Beautiful colors. And it's just a cool game, but it's not a real game. And it's a one-sided market. Not a real game in terms of traditional gaming companies who know how to scale games. So you have product and you have marketing, right? And then we have Ultra, super interesting to watch. And then for a while, we have nothing interesting coming in here. Yes, they are getting a lot of attention, but nothing that I would really recommend. I would, if you are looking into the space, share with you that I am looking also into Render. Because Render has, and I did hold Render for a while, and I will probably hold Render again. It is on my watch list, because where are people gonna have all that computational power? So we will soon reach the limit of what we can compute, what we can render on our devices. We are on our phone, we want to play. We are on the iPad, we want to play. Like, I live a lot on my iPad in the day-to-day. So when I move over to another room, I quickly go to the iPad, I quickly go to my phone. So how can these devices have 17 times the computational power they have now? Because that's what we will need moving forward in terms of rendering capacity on the technical level. So this will probably not be solved on a device level. It will be solved on a cloud level. How can we, pull together rendering capacity, and then everybody from their device, they tap into that big rendering capacity, but just from their phone. Like Google is solving it right now, and others are solving it right now. Just that we have a phone, but that phone taps into the superpowers of a cloud capacity, cloud functionality. And Render is doing that. And Render not only is doing that since decades. I know people who worked with their team, and they say that the founder is very, very smart. They say he's a genius, he's a genius. And they have worked on rendering projects with Disney, with Pixar, etc. So in the traditional world, they are quite established and they know what they're doing, and they're now creating the decentralized version of that. Tons of question mark if it will work, tons of question mark who of the ones creating these solutions will be the team that wins in the end. But I would say they have a chance. And we're talking of a huge total addressable market, huge chance here. So render is something on my watch list right now. We don't hold it, but I'm watching it closely, doing fundamental analysis. There is not enough to analyze right now, but I'm doing it. And so as soon as I found more solid insights, I will share them with you. That was my NFT and gaming video for today. Hope that helps. Whatever you need, put it in the comments. I'm happy to dive deeper. Let's research together and grow our wealth and keep our wealth together in this community. Keep rolling, everybody.